Yeah, we could get a Dragon Tower on the Admiral here. And that would allow us to give Malekith like a couple of War Hydras or Dragons or something in place of these Dark Riders. That would be good. Right, we need to get across here. Chris Rogers says, fight at sea and take the auto. Would that be better?
Attack! Withdraw! Not quite sure that's better. I feel like, at least with the garrison army, I would have a better chance. The good thing about it being lizard men is that they don't have much ranged, which is actually really good for our defense. So we may as well just stay in the settlement. You guys want me to save scum the battle? No, I'm not gonna save scum it, guys. Come on, come on. That's just I can't save it, auto resolve it, and then go back. I just can't do that. I'm sorry. And yeah, even if I won, I'd probably lose half the army. I think it's so much safer for me to like defend that from walls. There's walls in that settlement, so there's no reason I couldn't win against one army. If they start sieging it this turn, I just attack them anyway because I have a full army behind me. Actually, I guess I wouldn't need to. I don't know. It depends if another army comes. I mean, there's only 2 turns left, so we'll see what happens. It's all based on what happens. We're going to move on to the next turn for now. Corey says we just want to see the results. Chris Rogers says also favours the attacker at sea. Really? Is that a thing? I don't know. I just don't trust it. Valen attacked and won against Tharkit. I feel like Valen's gonna like crush those armies up there now. He's got a Star Dragon and that hurts. That swings the auto resolve so much. Like a high level high elf or dark elf leader just changes the scope of things entirely. Well, there goes the Cult of Pleasure army. And the last defenders have forgotten about their attack onto my settlement at Skeggy now, which means that it's ours, and they're not going to take it back before the ritual ends, which is good.
Choose your words carefully.
We've done it. Yeah, it's good that Teclis is at war. With the last defenders, because he's definitely helping out. Right, let's skip pizza and everything else. We shall see the lizard men fail their ritual. Alright, engineer for Moksha. That's good, actually. Pretty good. How's Toran Rock? Do I have a turn to spare? It'll probably be 2 turns to spare actually, so no, probably not. That's irritating. We are going to take some attrition, but we don't have time to waste. We need to get down. I might go through that. Oh, I will go through that treasure there. And also go through that treasure. So we're going to get there in like 4 turns. Well, there's literally storms everywhere. Great. Just what I wanted. At least the Black Ark might be able to replenish them a little bit before we make the last fight.
The weak perish. Dreadlord of Nagara.
Can upgrade that to the fighting pits, I think.
Lord of the Black Court.
Yeah, so 1 turn remaining. After this one, they will fail. We also have Siamak pretty damn close here. Nearly reunited with his brother Moksha. Nice. Disaster had a point about checking rights. Well, there isn't really one that can help me at the moment. We don't have the attrition one that you guys were talking about, which would be nice. The only one that's useful is the Rite of Cain, which we will activate before our battles with Lothern. Yes, Teclis, you wreck those last defenders. The Cult of Pleasure is just going to be having an absolute field day with the last defenders settlements as they come south and finish off the colonies there. Well, there is an army coming across the ground towards Skeggy. Look at that Marathi army. You can tell Shades are strong, can't you? Like, how many Shades do you need? Nordhammer said would run away with Mock as soon as possible after you block defenders' rituals. AI is gathering. Maybe. I guess we could. We could just leave it and move away and sort of go back home, I guess. Oh, it's only giving us like 580 a turn. The one to keep would be the capital of the High Elves. Yeah, especially with those troll skulls turning up. I think it's time to go home.
Feared by all. Tyrant of Nagara.
Let's go. All the way back to Nagarond. That's actually taking us across land. Apparently that's quicker. Disaster says, wouldn't it be good to help out the Cult? Will help the Cult of Pleasure get rid of the New World colonies after the rituals got delayed. She's probably run a few more armies. And maybe you could take the province yourself. Did I just leave that prematurely? Hopefully there's no one in range to attack it. I don't think anyone's like in normal attack range. Okay. How would we help against the colonies? mean, we can help against the colonies from up here, because the colonies managed to get all the way up into the Cult of Pleasures areas. We're on 3 turns until we can ritual. I'd rather be back and be able to start a ritual than anything else. I feel like the Cult of Pleasure can just deal with themselves. Andrew says, what elf faction do you like the most? I like the most the Wood Elves. They are my favourite by far.
Lord of Fear. Sail, damn you.
Malekith, King of Nagaroth. Traveling.
Oh, Shrieking Blade.
Setting
And
up.
10,000, thank you very much.
Noble of Nagaroth.
I like the Wood Elves, that's why I did a
Action
Mortal
stations!
Empires playthrough of them. They are easily my favourite. Oh, nice. Materials at Sea gives us extra income from all buildings in all regions and minus construction costs. That's pretty damn cool. Lorishan has leveled up. We get Power Drain, the extra Winds of Magic Power Reserve. Right, we'll come up past this mysterious island. Ah, god damn it, I've done it again. I selected the sorceress myself that time for sure. We will just move on to the next turn, I think. Yeah, this is good. The Sacrifice of Cain. Once we get close enough. The Tyrion's actually up north, which is really good actually. This like attack is really, really good from the Cult of Pleasure. Although I think Marathi is dead. Nope, maybe not. I thought she was dead then. But the opposing ritual has failed, last defenders. That's good. We'll have to see how much it puts them back. Andrew asks, what does Hand of Wrath give your Lord army? If you're referring to the ability that you get from Cain, basically explodes one of your units and does lots of damage around it. Pretty damn OP. Kind of like that, there's like a Skaven ability that's very similar, but with the Skaven ability they like explode their own unit to do damage to units around it, whereas with the Dark Conduit, whatever it is, it just dies, blows up everything. But you were saying Hand of Wrath, I believe it's called Dark Conduit. What's the Hand of Wrath then? You let me know what you're referring to. Your Lord has it in name. Oh, that's the buff that I've given to Nolosi. So when Dark Elf leaders get to a certain level, they get to choose a path, and based on the path that they choose, they get given a title and buffs in certain ways. So Nolosi is like an absolute badass in melee. She is like the sickest lord you will ever meet. Whereas like Moksha, for example, and the other ones have different names. So Nolosi has Life Quencher. Because she's actually no, she boosts what do you call them? Witch elves. My bad. Hand of Wrath is what does it do? I can't remember what it does. I think it just buffs him. Yeah, that's basically what it does.
Black-hearted Dreadlord.
We're just gonna let Moksha do his own thing now.
Cain.
Noble born.
So many victims await. Lord of the
Oh,
Blood.
look at this. Two friends will soon be reunited.
Go on.
Nolosi
The
And Malekith. Favourable winds, extra campaign map movement range, very nice.
To the waves!
To the waves. Got another treasure as we go around the headland, which is nice.
My malice.
Oh no, Larishon, I left her behind. Oh, she can actually get all the way into the army?
Power.
Blimey. Move far.
Cruel dreadlord.
No longer leaving her behind. That's good. Let's go. Next turn. We're just going to keep going. Nordhammer says, look at Skeggy. AI wants it back. Yeah, they probably do. We'll try and keep them away from it best we can. Never mind. They don't want it. Maybe Itza will take it. Maybe they do want it. I don't know. They need to make up their mind. Chris Rogers says, might as well take the Moonshard cheeky resource site. We actually don't need it anymore because we'll be hitting the ritual ourselves in 2 turns anyway. If we can perform our ritual before any of the other nations do and we complete it, we'll be in a very good spot. Avengers says, I swear Vulcan, you forget your heroes like you forget your cavalry. Unfortunately, that is very true. Nordhammer says recruit Eva or Koval back. We could do. We are over 100k. But I reckon if I built a full army again, I mean, let's have a look at it. Okay. So Nolosi's army costs her currently 11,000 per turn in upkeep. Malekith's army is 8,000. Moksha's army is 7,375, but his army is kind of trash. So we say if we needed a max army for 10 turns to defend, we should do it in the last 10 turns of the ritual, or at least start building it after the ritual started so that we get the reduction in upkeep. Yeah, that's what we'd have to do. We'd have to start the ritual first and then build the army probably. By the time it's finished, it will be there and waiting to help us finish the campaign for good. Disaster says it's going to be ridiculous. Lothen and Last Defenders coming for you, plus Chaos, plus Interventions. It is what it is.
The ocean awaits.
Voyaging.
Right, I'm actually going to have Nolosi move around and pick up this mysterious island. And we will travel back towards the Black Ark. And we'll have them all move together from now on. So I'm just hoping that Malekith and Nolosi together have good enough armies to take the capital from the High Elves. Okay, so we stopped the Last Defenders doing their ritual. You can see they are pretty much already there to do it again.
The ancestors shall be avenged.
I don't know. We're going to have like an army built in our homeland and start the ritual. Then maybe even like just race our units back. Chris Rogers says you should definitely confederate cult before final ritual just for the added territory. I don't think I can afford it. Like if I wanted to confederate the Cult of Pleasure, it would cost
all the same.
So much. But that's still low. I could offer them 100,000. And they're not going to confederate. I mean, that's not going to happen.
Now!
Master of cruelty.
The Black Court.
Alright, let's go. Next turn again. The other thing is, even if I offered the Cult of Pleasure 100,000 to confederate, I wouldn't have enough money to support another army. So, there's that as well. Warhammer says, plus I have the trade bug with the cult. Yeah. Yeah, that's still there. We played on super hard mode in this one. Because if we had the trade with the cult, we would have been rolling in cash much, much sooner. Right, so basically the turn before the last defenders can start their ritual, I believe that's when we need to start our own ritual and start to head towards victory. Warhammer says, was Lothan sending those armies up north-south? Didn't look like it. There's a couple of armies up north. I have the feeling that the settlement that we're going to attack won't be defended, or if it is defended, it will only be defended by one army and we should be able to take it. Especially with the armies that we have. We've got too many shades for them to handle. Even with their archers, we're still going to beat them. Because the thing is with an attack, as soon as you get the walls, the AI derps out and doesn't really use archers properly. So, yeah, like they will have their archers on the walls, and therefore when you go up the walls, you just destroy them. Now we are under siege, by the looks of things. Save decline rate, minus 15%. That's good. Some Moksha's on his way back. Malekith's slowly getting his replenishment, which is nice. I think so is Nolosi. Yep, they're both recovered. But the Admiral has to go first.
My cruelty knows
And we just
no limits.
move as far as we can with Malekith and Nolosi to keep up.
For the Witch King. Denied.
The other thing we could do is our quest to get the Destroyer. Extra weapon strength for Malekith. I think he also has another quest that he can do. Actually, no, that's the last one for Malekith. He's already got the Circlet of Iron and the Supreme Spell Shield, hasn't he? So yeah, that would be the last one that we have to do. Depending on how it goes here, we might be able to do that quest before the end of the campaign. Vortex Ritual is now available. 6 turns until Lothan completes theirs. How many turns do you think it's going to take until the last defenders get the ritual? I'm thinking like 2. Chris says Lothan has a pretty beastly garrison. Yeah, the main settlement probably will. Just looking at my armies with shades of great swords and dual weapons,
Dark
and then
Lord.
this, we've got more of them here. I think we'll be okay. But we have to start it before the last defenders do. Otherwise we have to go back to the last defenders and attack them again. Okay, let's move on.
Black heart.
Ideally, I want to start the ritual soon. Sure. I tell you what, the difficulty has been very hard, and I have felt it. I mean, in some of the Warhammer Total War videos or campaigns originally, the campaign difficulty was not that relevant. Like after the first 10-20 turns of the original Total War Warhammer, everything was fine. No problem. You could just roll over the rest of the enemies. There were some hard battles, but you always seemed to win. Whereas in this, like, the battles are insane. Like, the fact that they have such good units late game is horrible to deal with. It showed especially in the High Elf campaign, where I'm dealing with Skaven armies with like Doom Wheels and Hellpit Abominations, and they are just so damn hard to deal with. Disaster and Nordhammer predict about 4 to 5 turns until the last defenders. I really am hoping that I'm able to secure Lothern before I start the ritual, because if I do that, I can leave an army there and just run back with another army towards our homeland. It also gives Moksha time to get back. Alright, Skengi's under attack. This looks pretty doomed, honestly. Should we just let it go? Or should we attack it? I feel like we could do some damage. Though these are temple guards. Chris Rogers says, you need 3 armies at home for the final ritual. Yeah, I know. I haven't had a battle for a while. I feel like I should jump in. Chris is saying let it go. Maybe we should. We're not going to win, but I feel like we should do damage to it, just so that the Cult of Pleasure has a better time. What do you guys think? Do we want to see a battle against temple guards? Disaster says cult is fine. Alright, let's just auto-resolve it. And carry on. It was funny though, it was actually Itza that took that over, not the Last Defenders. What will be interesting though is if the Last Defenders confederates Itza at some point. Right, Moksha's getting pretty close to Nagarond. Maybe we do it so that when Moksha reaches Nagarond, we start the ritual. Where would the ritual be? Nagarond, Grond, and Harganeth. That's actually pretty nice for us. They're pretty close together.
King of Nagaroth,
Lord of Fear.
Get pretty damn far with the Admiral this turn. Can we reveal Lothern? We can. There's not even a defensive army there. But they do have a pretty sick army of Dragon Princes, White Lions Trace, Sword Masters.
I am the Witch King.
Okay.
Go on. Hoist the colours!
Malevolent Lord.
My cruelty knows no limits.
To the waves!
How we need to get on shore over here.
Malekith, King of Nagaroth.
Tyrant of Nagel.
How many turns we got left? 5. We're just moving on to the next turn. Let's see if an army arrives at Lothern. It will, okay. Still 2 armies up north though. Why do I get the feeling like the AI just like spawned an army there? If there's only 1 army inside, I think we'll be fine. Maybe. It really depends on what they do with their archers, because with Lothern Sea Guards, if they're like sat at the bottom of the walls and they start firing up into the walls, we're going to be in trouble. But yeah, AI just pulling armies out their ass. Fun, fun. Marathi got kind of wrecked. Let's just skip the Cult of Pleasure and Itza and all that lot. Itza's pretty strong in terms of strength bar. Which says you can afford a couple of turns for siege towers at least. Yeah. One thing that I'm not sure of is how long our relationship with the Necrog Brotherhood's gonna last, because it's currently deteriorating.
Yes.
One thing I'm also scared of is
misguided.
this army coming out, attacking our Black Ark, while we're moving Melosi and Malekith onto ground here.
Cruelty.
Lord of Fear.
Favored of the Witch King.
Maybe we just move back, like out of range of them,
Black-hearted dreadlord.
and then move like full speed round to like Lothern. I guess all we need is the circle to be in range, don't we? So yeah, it's fine.
The garrison is mine.
Right, go on, Moksha, get up there. Okay. So I think Eva should probably be our lord that we pick up, because she proved herself.
Black-hearted.
Warhammer says start ritual, build 4th army to defend with mock Scorch Earth Lothern as you run away. Or Scorch Earth Lothern as you run away, maybe. Yeah, I don't really have the turns to siege it down, I don't think. We've only got 4 turns remaining. Yeah, and I don't want any reinforcements to arrive. The Black Ark upgrade is available. We need Dread expansion in order to do that. So, we'll get that built. We can do it this turn. I think we need one more turn before we start building the army.
Another sacrifice.
Yeah, I think we wait one more turn. We'll have the big old siege battle against Lothern. And we'll have the ritual started as well.